Hello. Hello, parents, students, and staff. Hello, Buckman. My name is Aaron Luther Kay, and I've spent some time this school year with each of these students as a member of the arts team that supports the 5th grade curriculum and the 5th grade play. I also teach voice dance and the Wednesday performance lab, and whatever else Sal and Regina and Mr. Simmons invite me to participate in. I received my initial arts training in Portland Public Schools, which eventually led me to a successful 13-year career as a professional performer at Duke. Besides working as a teacher, I'm also a writer and director of multidisciplinary theater, choreographer, and a performer, making some of my living as a working artist. I'm grateful now to be able to offer the same combination of artist and teacher to my own students that made my arts training so rich and relevant all those years ago. It is amazing how pleased I am to be here today. It is not an exaggeration to say that being the keynote speaker at the Buckman 5th grade promotion is a dream come true. Seriously, a chance to speak uninterrupted to all of these students for as long as I can, and have them magically be on their best behavior, listen to me, all of them at the same time I have dreamed of this. So take note, students. I am proof that your dreams can come true. I wanted to let you know that part of this dream come true is that I get to give you some advice. So heads up, throughout the speech, I brought an advice fairy with me who will be giving some advice to you. So, I forgot the bell that summons her. So I'll just go like, and there she is. So let's give it a little try. Ready? Try to pay attention during the parts where I give advice, as my advice would make you a more aware and more content person. I'm not a professional puppeteer. Okay, this is Henrietta Clinkscales. She's traditionally a story fairy, but today she's an advice fairy. So I'm also grateful that I get to speak today because I love to talk. And it turns out that this is something that I share with many members of this 5th grade class. And also, like many of them, I had a hard time sitting still at their age. And I commend and thank you all ahead of time for sitting there and listening to me for the time it takes to say my piece. In the context of having to stay relatively still and focused, I must say that I am grateful to my dance teachers, like Sal, for teaching me about grounding and centering and focusing. A great mystery and truth is that by studying movement disciplines, we can learn control of our stillness. Mystery will take you in the direction of learning. Follow mystery. In talking to the staff at Buckman this year, I find that I'm not alone in noticing that this year's 5th grade as a whole is very energized by social networking. And I don't mean face tweeting or Twitter booking or anything digitally virtualized. I mean real social networking, immediate, direct human conversation and interaction, the kind that is often illustrated with physical expression and vocal nuance, the kind that is punctuated with laughter and cleverness. And honestly, if I didn't have something I really wanted to impart, or a performance deadline looming, I would consider it a privilege to overhear the ongoing exploration of your emerging minds and voices. 5th grade, just in case you were just zoning out, I paid you a compliment about how you can be fun to listen to sometimes. But also, I must say that y'all talk an awful lot about Minecraft and Star Wars and Gangnam Style and all this other stuff you talk about, and it makes me want to give you some more advice. These video games, corporate characters, television shows, and internet videos that you love will always be less interesting to the really important people in your life than what you yourself have to contribute to the world. Don't ever stop contributing your own imagination to the world. Okay, so enough about you. I want to say a few words about me. I was born in 1976, which makes me how old?
37.
That's right, 37. Way to go, math. Though my parents exposed me to music, literature, art, and theater, unlike you all, I did not go to an arts elementary school. I'm not sure there even was one when I was in 5th grade. When I entered 6th grade, I chose to attend a school where all my classmates were new to me. Some of you will have this experience next year. Following my pioneering sister, for middle school I attended Harriet Tubman. Tubman had arts classes and photography darkroom and video production classes and theater classes, and they had dance classes. So now I am a working artist in the field of movement arts, and I'll always be grateful I found dance in middle school. But I'm equally grateful that I had the cultural immersion that Harriet Tubman offered. See, at the time that I went there, the student body at Tubman was 85% non-peach skin. So I gotta give you some advice. If you ever have an opportunity to be in the cultural minority, I encourage you to take the risk and put yourself in that position of humility and learning. You will only be richer for it. And honestly, if you are a creative person, you will be better artists. Okay, so there's me, 6th grade, skinny and white. I wear glasses and I like books. I am a nerd. And suddenly I inexplicably love dance. I'm the only boy in the dance class. I study jazz 3 days a week and ballet 2 days. And at this time there are no hip-hop classes. The only place to learn hip-hop is at the school dances. So here's another piece of advice. Go to all the school dances. When you are there, dance. Watch what other people do and do your best to copy what you love. Also, ask people to dance and say yes to people who ask you, even if the song is terrible. You see, eventually that one song will come on. You will get 3.5 minutes to move in bliss within your own body. And you can even sing. It is worth it. Okay, so now's the part where I talk about what learning art is really about. It is not about being a great dancer, or a funny actor, or a respected painter. It is about problem solving. Thinking creatively, and teaching creativity is about teaching problem solving. It doesn't matter if you can play the trumpet really well, or draw a realistic likeness of a potted plant. What matters is whether or not you can solve problems. What matters is whether you can communicate efficiently. Whether the problem is how to express yourself, or how to harness wind power, or how to get a bunch of different people to work together. All problems have something in common. They will only be solved by creativity. Problems can only be solved through creativity. So really, the problems that we face as a human race right together on this beautiful planet, they cannot be solved with our creativity. And one of the biggest problems we face is communication. It takes a lot of creativity to effectively communicate. You might even need puppets. Because everyone communicates a little bit differently. And this is another important part of your arts exposure here at Buckman, this experience with ensemble problem solving. Whether you face a problem, you will. So whenever you face a problem, remember to apply your arts training, which includes focus, and listening, and thinking, and taking risks. Problem solving is all about working with what you have to express a solution. Whether it is how to render a face with charcoal, or express the idea of trees with your body, or add your voice to a tapestry of sound, or help a community rebuild after a disaster, your job will always be the same. Use your mind, body, and spirit of creativity to solve the problems. You can be an artist of car repair. You can be an artist of dental repair. You can be an artist of food presentation. You can be an artist at raising children. You can be an artist at healing. The world is our canvas, and we are the instruments of expression. Almost alone among the animals, we can create our environment and work in communication with our peers to change our world for the better. This is the promise of an arts education, and I hope you all live up to it, because I have children. I have a daughter who's 4 3/4, and a son who's 15 months, and I'm hopeful that you will all make a more just and welcoming and loving world for them to grow up in. And they're beautiful. Being the parent of both a boy and a girl has given me this special secret vision, and I can now say to each and every one of you 5th graders, you are so beautiful. And some of you know it. But you're also lucky. You're really lucky. As parents of kids who will inherit this world, I feel better knowing you lead Buckman, having studied with the likes of such humanists as Michael Simmons and Chisao Hata and Regina Fairchild. Speaking of this fabulous arts team, there's a reason Martin Luther King Day is especially well celebrated at Buckman. It is because the world is still unfair, and we, your teachers, admit it. Fifth graders, I say to you, the world is very unfair to many, many people. It's unfair to poor people. It is unfair to people with skin darker than mine. It is unfair to gay and transgender people. All art requires seeing something with fresh senses. For example, to my life as a working artist, but I'm happy to share with you an art form that I practice that I also periodically enjoy as a source of income. And this is as much because of love as it is to my dedication to my craft. But luck wouldn't have done me any good without having worked really hard first. What I'm going to share is a form of music and movement that was created here in the United States and created by some of the poorest people in the country. Poor immigrants from many countries creating a new life and a new voice in the promise of this country created tap dance, and they used it to feed themselves and their families. Tap dance is like jazz music and hip-hop because it's one of the few art forms that originated in the United States. I learned how to tap dance in public school, and then I got better through social networking. And what I mean is I took classes, and I asked questions, I found a mentor, I practiced, I found other people who would keep me motivated to practice, I read books, and I played a lot. And there is a reason they call it playing music. I'm going to talk some more later. I talked and I still got one and a half pages. So, okay. Thank you for your patience. You're doing great. You do this well, the rest of your schooling. Okay. So I mentioned my daughter, Lily. Whenever she's frightened, I remind her that the only time she can practice being brave is when she is scared or nervous about something. For me, getting out here and tap dancing for you does not require me to be brave, because I feel confident and relaxed about it. But what required bravery was being willing to be bad at tap dancing for a long time and still go back to class. What required bravery was admitting how much I liked to dance and continuing to study while being ridiculed by guys who didn't dance. Now, regardless of the artistic projects and opportunities you may or may not have, you will all always have access to the most important creative work you will ever take part in, the making of your own self. You're all continuing the journey of finding out who you are in this world, in a new place next fall. You'll have opportunities to honor your true self and opportunities to hide your true self. And sometimes it is smart to hide your true self, but I hope that at these moments you will choose wisely, because these moments are part of what makes you. I hope you have many chances to make choices that reflect who you really are inside, and at these times that you have the courage to be your true self. Dare think of your true self as a goal that you will one day arrive at. But recognize that who you really are will always be evolving and seeing things from a new way. Okay, and a few more words to say. I gotta say some things to those who really wanted to get into Da Vinci and didn't. Leonardo da Vinci grew up to be an incredibly influential inventor and artist and enjoyed a rich and interesting life, and I am certain he himself did not go to a public arts middle school. I don't believe that any of the world's most famous tap dance pioneers learned to tap dance at their middle school either. You don't need to go to Da Vinci to have an artistically rich life, nor to continue solving problems creatively, nor to continue on an artistic journey. Buckman has offered you some of the keys to the vast and amazing world of the arts, and there are doors to those worlds all around us. But more than our world needs artists making art, it needs creative thinkers who have some experience working in large groups productively and creatively. Knowing you've all studied this makes me feel a little better about you going on into the world. So, in the spirit of the courage you will need to live in the direction of your dreams, in the spirit of the courage you will need to face injustice and speak for the family of humankind, in the spirit of the bravery you will need to do the right thing, even when you are frightened. I have just one more share that even when you are frightened, I have just one more thing to share. Actually, Henrietta's going to. It's the lyrics to a song that I think you all know. As we walk away from fear, as we try to find a way, life goes on all around us, and you'll find you're not alone. As we wake from this dream, will we see another day? Is there hope? Is there freedom that will lead us on our way? We'll move on, we'll grow stronger, we will sing another song. We will dream of a promise that will bring a brighter day. Life moves on, keep on walking. There is hope in my soul. In my heart I am reaching, and I'll leave my fears behind. We'll move on, we'll grow stronger, we will sing another song. We will dream of a promise to bring a bright day. Forever in our hearts we will remember, as we stand united again,